What's up? It's your boy Fats. In prison, going outside on the yard to get a fresh breath of fresh air and see the sun could be one of the dangerous things that a person can do once he come out in the penitentiary, because you never know what is going to happen on that yard. You never know when it's going to go down. So you always, every time that you go on the yard, you got to be prepared to you get yourself not in the situation, but you got to be ready for any given thing can happen at that moment. But yeah, it was this dude named PJ. Now PJ was my roommate. I mean, me and him was cool. We worked in the kitchen together. We was cellies, so everything kind of went to correspond with me and him the way that we kind of moved around. So one day he come in the cell and he just got to pacing the floor. So I'm looking at him walking on the floor, and I know from past experience of being in the penitentiary, I know once people get to doing stuff like that, they got something on their mind. So I'm looking at him pacing the floor for a second, and I asked him, I was like, "Hey man, you cool, man?" He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm cool, man." He said, "I'm just thinking about some stuff." I was like, "All right, man." So he got to kept pacing the floor back and forth. So then later on that night, we sitting up in the bunk, going to bed and stuff. And he was like, he just asked me, he was like, "Hey, Fats." I was like, "What's up, man?" He said, "Man, you don't be scared, man, with the stuff that you be doing, that somebody gonna run up on you and do something to you." And I was like, "What you mean?" He was like, "You don't be afraid that somebody gonna try to run up on you and try to do something to you and something like that?" I was like, "Nah, man." I said, "The way that I do it, man, I just try to, be peaceful with people. If the deal go bad or whatever, and I think that you're one of them individuals that ain't shit, I can just cut you off as fast as, what I'm saying, I can help you. So I can just cut you off real fast." And he was like, "Yeah, man, but you don't be scared that somebody gonna do something to you?" And I was like, "Shit. What you mean by that, man?" I was like, "You got somebody tell you something about me or somebody trying to do something to me?" He was like, "No, no, 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 no. I ain't trying to go, say nothing like that." And I was like, "Shit, what you trying to say? What you trying to insinuate?" He was like, "You don't ever just think about how you gonna protect yourself up in the penitentiary? Whenever with all these people running around here doing this, they fighting, doing that, running around here trying to poke people and stuff like that." He said, "You don't be afraid that somebody's gonna kind of do something to you?" And I was like, "Nah, man." I said, "The only time that I'm afraid of situations like that, if I'm doing something that I ain't supposed to." I said, "As long as I ain't doing nothing that I ain't supposed to, I'm kind of cool." And he was like, "Shit, that's real, man." He was like, "Shit." He was like, "You know what, man?" I was like, "What?" He was like, "The best time that I ain't really afraid or nothing like that." I was like, "You afraid?" And he was like, "Not really, man. I ain't saying it like that." He said, "I just sometimes just be looking at people." He said, "But the only time that I feel cool and how everything, I ain't really got nothing to worry about." He said, "When them doors close." He said, "Because once I know them doors are closed, can't nobody come up in here." I said, "But shit, they can throw something on you if they wanted to." And he was like, "Shit, they probably could, but shit, I don't think nobody gonna do nothing like that." He was like, "But me coming to this cell at night is kind of like one of the best things, for me to do." And I was like, "Shit, damn, that's kind of real, man, because shit, I ain't never thought about it like that." So when he was telling me that, I was just kind of thinking to myself, "Well, damn, he feel more safer with the doors closed than him running around the compound trying to do something." So we get up, go to work, in the kitchen. We sitting down eating our breakfast and stuff. We ain't really got not too much to eat. We just kind of eating whatever they kind of give us and stuff. So while he's sitting down there, he's like, "Hey man, you want to go try to work out? Try to make sure that we on point when it comes to certain stuff. Where we can get our little bodies up and stuff, just in case somebody try to do something to us." And I was like, "Shit, man." I said, "Man, why you keep talking about somebody gonna try to do something to us? Because ain't nobody gonna do nothing to us as long as we stay to ourselves and we ain't got really nothing to worry about." Now, PJ probably only been down probably about 4 months. So he should have already been kind of used to the penitentiary by now, to where he ain't really worried about anything like that. But yeah, but sometimes in the penitentiary, you still have to protect yourself and be on point at any given time. Because like I said, you never know when anything can go down. So me sitting up here talking to him like that, and I know in my situation that any given time something could happen to me. I'm kind of understanding his point now. So he's sitting up, he's like, man, we just need to make sure that we protect ourselves, make sure that nobody try to do nothing to us and stuff. So I was like, all right, man. So the next day we go to the yard, but instead of us going to chow, we went straight to the yard. So we go out there on the yard. When you go out on the yard, I mean, you got to be looking around at all given times, because like I said, you never know when it can kind of go down over there. So we walking through, we see the weight pit, we go straight over to the weight pit, we get the bench on the bench press, because we're gonna see. He was like, shit, I can lift more than you, and I was like, shit, you probably can, but shit, I'm gonna try to lift much as I can. I think I had like 85 pounds on there. He probably had 150 or something like that. So we lifting the weights and taking them off and stuff. So then while we doing that, that's when this dude named Wolf walk over there. Now Wolf he was short, I mean, but he had like real long gray hair, and he had like the gray beard, But I don't know if he was in Aaron Brotherhoods or anything like that. But he didn't show no signs or anything like that. But when he got over there, he was like, hey, this is our little bench right here. We got this for right now. So I was like, shit, all right, man. So I ain't know how things ran over there. So I ain't know if I was getting punked or anything like that. And PJ was like, shit, man, we can work out, And dude was like, nah, you can't, So they had like a little altercation were kind of going on. So he was like, hey, why don't y'all just go on down there to the universal machine down there and work out down there. So we was like, all right. So that's what we did. We went down to the universal machine, start working out down there. So then a few minutes later, probably about 15 minutes later, that's when Wolf come down there to us. And when he came down to us, PJ hurried up and kind of jumped up real fast. I mean, he was always on defensive when it came to certain stuff, because I don't know what got into him in the last, 48 hours or whatever. But shit, whatever got into him, he wanted to protect himself. I knew he had something on his mind. I just didn't know what it was. So we sitting up in here, when Wolf come down there talking to us, he's like, so PJ, kind of buffed up a little bit, and he was like, hey, hold on. He said, I just want to talk to you. I ain't come down here, to kick nothing off or do nothing like that. I was just about to give y'all put y'all on to something real quick. And he was like, if y'all want to get on a schedule to where y'all can move around the weight pit on a certain type of schedule, all you got to do is go in there and talk to Mr. Smith up in there. And Mr. Smith going to put you on the schedule to where you can move around the weight pit and get y'all work on it. He said, but you got to be serious, because you mess up somebody's rotation or something like that if you ain't sticking to the little rules. So basically we had to kind of keep everything up to par in the way that we kind of moved around there. So I'm like, all right, man, all right. So PJ go in and sit down a little bit. I mean, he go back to the cell. Like I said, he pacing the floor back and forth. So then he was like, we sitting up in there. He's like, shit, that workout, it kind of felt good. And I was like, yep. I mean, it kind of felt good, So then the next day we go out to the yard. We wait out there. We go straight to the universal machine. We start working out a little bit. Then about 6:30, that's when they got the early yard that we go over there and we really kind of work out now, because we can kind of move around on a little machine. Now, it's this dude named Cracker that came over there with us, and he seen it the way we was working out and stuff. I mean, he kind of stays there the whole day too. So we see him. He's like, y'all getting on the schedule, I heard. And I was like, yeah. He was like, shit, as long as you stay dedicated and keep moving around here and keep doing your thing. He said, y'all gonna see something in at least about 6 months. Y'all gonna know the difference on something. So I was like, yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of stick around a little bit. So PJ was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get real buff. So Cracker, you know what I'm saying, was laughing and stuff while PJ was talking about how he gonna get buck, cause PJ was like, shit, I'm gonna get, real tight when it comes to this stuff. So Cracker walking back and forth. So I get up, I go over there to the water machine out there, drinking the water out the little cooler. I had to put it in my hands and drink it like that, because I ain't bringing no cup like most people was kind of doing. So when I was getting the water, drinking it, that's when Mr. Smith come out there. He was like, hey, you want to be on the workout schedule, and I was like, yeah. He said, give me your number, your inmate number. And so I gave it to him. So I called PJ over there. He came and gave him his number too. So we leave off. So Cracker, you know what I'm saying? When we go in there, he's cracking jokes. I guess that's why they call him Cracker. I don't know why they call him Cracker, but I guess he always cracking jokes going up there talking to people. So people was looking, laughing and stuff when it came to certain stuff when he was kind of doing that. So then that's when we get back to the little cell house, and then that's when PJ sat down with me again. He was talking to me again, and that's when he finally kind of told me what was kind of going on with him. I guess him and his girl got into a little situation or whatever, to where they ended up breaking up, splitting up for a second. So I'm sitting there talking to him about that, telling them that, hey, man, everything's going to be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to really worry about, stuff when it comes to that. All you got to do is just stay focused and, let's get on this little workout plan that you're trying to put together for us, and everything's going to be all right. So he was like, yeah, man. He said, but shit, you know how it is, man, when certain things kind of happen, and you don't know how to get to a person. He said, I can't even call her because I burnt up all my little phone privileges and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, man, I said, shit, don't even trip, I said, all you got to do is just be patient and something going to happen to pull through for you. So he was like, all right, man. So the next day we go to the yard. We out on the yard doing our little workout and stuff. We seen Cracker walk by. And when Cracker walked by, he walked by, I guess, Wolf them or whatever over there. And I guess they had like a little few words or whatever. So PJ was like, hey, you hear that? And I was like, shit, I hear what? He's like, they over there kind of arguing about something. And so I was like, shit. I said, man, don't even worry about it, man. Just go ahead and just keep us doing what we need to do. You ain't even got to worry about nothing else when it comes to somebody else. Just go ahead and just be to yourself. So he was like, shit, all right, man. So he was like, shit, I'm just listening to him. So when he started doing that now I'm looking, because like I said, I'm doing sit-ups. So when I come up, I kind of look over there to see what Wolf and Cracker, what they own. But shit, they wasn't really on nothing too tough or whatever, because I guess they just walked off, So then Sunday come. So on Sunday, we go out to the yard. That's when everybody out on the yard now. I mean, it's like a little sunny day out there. Everything looked kind of good. I mean, the wind was blowing. I mean, they had a little radio playing in the background on the yard, on the speakers and stuff. So everybody was kind of vibing. I mean, everybody was just like in this old good ass mood when we come out there. So everybody working out. Like I said, I'm on the universal machine working out. So then that's when that dude Cracker, he come up in there. He say something to Wolf. Now Wolf them I don't think they was on the bench press. I think they was on like the dumbbells. So they was doing the little curls and stuff. So I guess Cracker wanted one of the dumbbells to where I guess he can kind of work out as well. But shit, I guess Wolf them was keeping their stuff in rotation, going down the line of them to where they was doing them or whatever. So he walk off, go back a little bit. So then probably about 10 minutes later, Cracker come back by. So when he come back by this time, that's when him and Wolf, they got to kind of start talking to each other real fast and stuff over there. So me and PJ looking down at that, and PJ, like I said, PJ the one that turned me on to it. So I turned and looked when I come up, because I'm telling him, go ahead, mind your business. Don't even worry about what's going on down there. Let's keep this workout going. So a few minutes later, that's when Cracker pushed Wolf. And when he pushed Wolf, Wolf kind of fell over the little bench beam back there. Boom. And when he fell back, I guess he hit, I don't know what he hit or whatever. But when he came up, his head was bleeding. But shit, when he came up, he just hit his hands like this. And then the dude behind him, I don't know what his name was at that time. I mean, we can call him Spider or whatever, because shit, that's what he probably was. But he was like, hey, Wolf, man, your head bleeding. So then when he took his head off like that, that's when you can see all the blood and stuff, you know what I'm saying, coming down his head and stuff. And I couldn't see it, like actually see the blood, but you can just see how it was just getting red around his little white shirt that they got right there. Because the way that it was coming down, it was getting kind of red. So then that's when Wolf, he got up, you know, they start fighting a little bit, boom, 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 a little bit. And then he pushed Cracker, and when he pushed Cracker like fell over, and it was like some black dudes over there, you know what I'm saying, they was working out, and they pushed him back over there to where when as soon as he came back in, Wolf was on him, boom, 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 throwing his hands like that. So then Cracker was, you know what I'm saying, throwing his back, they both was boom. And then all of a sudden Cracker, you know what I'm saying, like I said, he backed up a little bit and he kind of took off running. And when he took off running, I'm saying to myself, shit, he about to run over here to us. Because like I said, at the end, that's where the universal machines is at and stuff. So he started running, and that's when I guess Wolf picked up one of them little dumbbells. Back then in the 90s, the dumbbells, they had like the 10-pound dumbbells that went on up like that until they kind of changed it over. But yeah, he threw that dumbbell, hit that dude right in the back, bam. And when he hit old boy in the back, old boy kind of ran forward towards me a little bit. And when he trying to run, I can look in his eyes and stuff. And I got kind of scared for a minute, but I was locked into my little, doing my little sit-ups into the little thing right there to where I couldn't kind of move fast because my feet was kind of stuck like that. PJ looking over at me for a second, and when he came over there, he went straight to the motherfucking universal machine, boom, and hit it and looked at me. And I looked at him in the back. I was like, shit, man. I said, ooh, you can just tell that old boy was just in pain. And then after that, that's when, you know what I'm saying, the alarm went off. Where the police came over there to kind of see what was going on, because the guard shack is right beside the weight pit to where they can kind of look in, and they seen him when he threw the weight and hit him in the back and stuff. They seen him over there fighting, but I guess they probably didn't hit the alarm that fast because shit, no telling why they didn't do it. They probably was just looking at over there fighting and stuff. But yeah, police came out there, shot, handcuffed Cracker, you know, went over there and grabbed Wolf, handcuffed him too. They both walking through the yard looking at each other. And me and PJ like, shit, man, damn, man. I probably ain't gonna be working out come Monday because shit, like I said, tomorrow that we'll be on the list. We probably a done deal from us being over there. But yeah, in the penitentiary, you don't want to get yourself involved in stuff like that because you never know what you're going to do once you get out on the yard. I mean, like I said, at any given time, something could go down to where things could be kind of bad for whoever's out there on the yard. I'm pretty sure Wolf and Cracker, I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't want to go through nothing like that, but they had a little disagreement when it came to the weight, the way that they did the rotation on the weights to where they ended up fighting and stuff like that and getting themselves put in a situation to where they both ended up in a hole. But yeah, you don't want to get yourself involved in stuff like that, or get yourself involved in things to where you end up in a penitentiary, because you never know what can happen to you or how things could turn out when it comes to those type of situations. Because when it comes to those type of situations, people, you know, tend to do the wrong things and they ended up on the wrong side of the page when it comes to certain stuff. But yeah, this is your boy Fast checking in with you with another one. Y'all stay up and y'all be peaceful. Much love to you, and thanks for the support if you watched this whole video. Thank you.